that tire is lifting. It has barely any traction.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the mountain, even though we're not staying here. I got the little trailer hooked up today. We're about to take the zero turn, the weed eater, and all the landscaping stuff over to HQ because HQ has gotten out of control. So definitely need to get that situated today because, of course, we got more rain tomorrow. Let's get all the equipment over there and get this thing knocked out. It's gonna be a busy day. All right, we're loaded up. I think we got everything that we need. Got the weed eater, chainsaw, bar and chain oil, mixed gas, extra string, lawnmower. I filled up the lawnmower yesterday, so I don't need to take gas for it. So we're suited up. Let's get it. All right, we made it out here to HQ, and we got our hands full, guys. It has grown up a ton out here. It's looking pretty rough, but we're gonna try to get her situated. Because with the grass this high, you're gonna have to deal with danger noodles, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we're gonna get everything unloaded. Got my grass cutting hat on. Yep, we're ready to go. We're gonna start back in the back and work our way forward, I think is the game plan. I don't know if I'll get it all done today. I got some stuff I gotta do later on this evening, but we're gonna get as much done as we can and see if we can't take back control of HQ. All right, let's get everything unloaded and let's get started back here.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the pond. I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby, get a little stuck. It's a Saturday joyride, Percy Feast is the spot to take the blues away. We're on a boat, we're feeling fine, drinking Tennessee whiskey, a big blue sky. We're going up, we're coming down. There's a party on the water, it's a hell of a time. We're on a boat, we're killing time. In our own honky tonk with a bottle of wine. We're going up, we're coming down. Here's the feeling, alright, it's a hell of a time. We're on a boat, we're killing time. In our own honky tonk, meet the big blue sky. We live it up, we got it down. Here's the feeling, alright, it's a hell of a time. And I'm falling for a small town girl. So kiss me, darling, rock my world, rock my world, rock my world. Yeah, now it's a hell. We're on a boat, we're feeling fine, drinking Tennessee whiskey, a big blue sky. We're going up, we're coming down. There's a party on the water, it's a hell of a time. We're on a boat, we're killing time. In our own honky tonk with a bottle of wine. We're going up, we're coming down. Cheers to feeling alright, it's a hell of a time. Hell of a time. It's a hell of a time. Oh, hell of a time.
All right, guys, we're making some progress. I got this whole big area done. The briars was trying to take over out here, but got it cleared out for the most part. It's going to take some time for the grass to take over the weeds area. As long as I keep it cut, the grass will continue to spread. I need to get a rake for the tractor. That way I can rake up a lot of this stuff like this. Got back here by the little stalls. Had to get you guys out the tree. Y'all was in the tree during that. But cut back into there some, cut back into there and around those trees there. I still have some more clearing to do back there, so I wasn't really concerned with that. Also cut around the back of the garage here and a little bit on the side. There was a whole lot of dead stuff that was coming out of this oak tree here. The oak tree is massive, it reminds me of Florida. But I cut as far as I could, move the ladder over. But I got a lot of the dead stuff piled up there. That way I can cut this area, and I'm gonna start working on this front area next. And also get right along the edge there. Trying to get as close as I can so it'll cut down on the weed eating a little bit. But I don't want to push it and hit something that's gonna mess up the lawnmower. So I'm trying to take my time with it. It's the first time I've cut it out here with the 0 turn, so it's better to be safe than sorry. All right, we're gonna continue on, see if we can get around these buildings here, and then we'll work our way there. I'm gonna save the weed eating for last.
Hell, I come 40,000 miles over here to see what them pretty little lips gonna do to me, baby. But every single time that I come around, it seems you got another man trying to keep you down, baby.
got this section taken care of. Now all I need to do is weed eat around the buildings, and that should be golden. Weed eat around here a little bit. Now we're going to focus out here and over there. That's the dangerous spot over there. That's where he's got a lot of stuff piled up. All right, let me get you guys set up and we'll keep on keeping on. Come on.
Well, you might think you drive me insane. I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think that maybe you should know this ain't my first rodeo. Well, I ain't got time to change your mind, 'cause the bus is a humming. Are you staying? Are you coming? Come on, baby. Well, I ain't got time to change your mind, 'cause the bus is a humming. Are you staying? Are you coming? Well, you might think you're driving me insane, but I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think you really ought to know this ain't my first rodeo. Hell, I've been around long enough to know that there's some things you can't take back. Some things you just got to let go. Well, there's some things you can't take back. Lord, some things you just got to let go. Oh, you gotta let go. Oh, Lord, you can't take it back.
Well, that side ended up kicking my booyah. There's definitely a lot of stuff in here, so I was trying to be careful. You can kind of see there's stuff scattered in here everywhere from the scrapper. I was trying to kind of work my way through it, get as much as I can, but it is wet in here, guys. I got stuck. Had to use that 4x4 there. I got stuck right over here. Couldn't make this turn, so I basically had to lift the whole back of the lawnmower up, turn it that way so I could go out that way. So I'm going to leave this area alone for now. Worst case scenario, I'll bring Uber over here with the grapple, run the grapple in here to get everything out of here with the bush hog on the back, put it in 4-wheel drive, and I'll be able to bush hog this area. So I think we're going to go ahead and switch to the weed eater. I'm going to focus on getting where the dumpster was right there, right around the table right there, and the couple of buildings. But it already looks a lot better out here. The ditches are completely full of water, so I'm not going to mess with those right now either. I cannot wait until it dries up around here. Come on, rainy season, give me a break. All right, let's grab the weed eater and start weed eating. Well, I didn't really move the camera around much with the weed eating, but I got all the way around the garage and the lean-to and the shop. I also cut that line back there a little bit more and around there. I cut all around the tree and where the dumpster was. Cut all around the well, that tree, and this whole section right here. And I still had a little string left in the weed eater, so I came over here where I got stuck and weed eated it by hand. This whole section over here. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm out of time for today, and restring the weed eater, and I'm probably gonna just weed eat this area and along the ditches. and over there by all of that stuff. I don't want to run my lawnmower back there and end up messing it up. But definitely have made a big difference out here for sure. Looks a lot better, a lot better. Another full day out here tomorrow, and I should have this thing whooped. So I will see y'all then. Well guys, it's been 2 days and we've gotten a ton of rain. As you can see, it's very muddy over there. So good morning, guys. Say good morning. But just like always, Mother Nature happens and you got to kind of work around it. That's why I always say it's a game plan, not a set plan. Well, here we are again. But just because the rain and everything's been happening doesn't mean that I can just shut everything down. I got to keep it moving. So we're going to go ahead and unload the trailer with all the landscaping stuff on it, and I'm going to take it over to Simple Life Reclaims because they are done with Uber, and my trailer and tractor is over there as well. So I'm going to have 2 trailers over there. But the reason why I need to take the small trailer over there, why Uber's there with the forks, I'm going to go ahead and load my pallet of Portland mix onto the trailer to get it over here on the mountain. That way I can make another trip and go pick up Uber and the other trailer, and then I can use that to unload it here on the mountain because I am here by myself. Those are 80-pound bags. Actually, I think they're 100-pound bags. And yeah, it's a lot of back work, and last time I did it, it hurt my wrist pretty good. So, and Gary's truck right now, the transmission is having some issues, so he can't pull Uber back. So we're going to take this trailer over there and see if we can load a pallet on there. That's probably going to be that trailer's max as far as weight goes. All right, let's get it unloaded. All right, we made it over to the 41.36. Now Uber don't have the backhoe on her, so she's going to be a little light in the rear end. So I don't know how many that we'll be able to load at one time. We'll probably have to get another pallet and back load some of them because it's a lot of weight. But we're going to make it happen. Hello. All right, I see the bucket is still on Uber, so first thing we need to do is get the forks on. Hey look, there's siding. I need that for the tiny house. All right, I'm gonna take the bucket over there close to where it needs to be loaded. Then we'll get the forks on. What's that? Hey, will you push those handles down? Hey, push the handles down. Oh, yeah. That's probably gonna have to happen too. The chances of Uber being able to pick all this up at one time is slim to none without the backhoe. I'm gonna do a dry pour.
What?
A dry pour in that thing that Mike and them had the camper in.
Well, this looks like all a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, that one looks pretty
That
good.
one look bad. That other one right there though.
Just lean that up there. Oh, well, look. Just like how we left it.
Yes, we got David over here. I feel like I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it's been so long.
How have you been? Long time no see.
Busy.
I got that wet. This would be the worst warehouse to work in.
I'd go flip burgers.
I ain't doing this, man. You want me to what?
All right, well, Gary unloaded all of that.
They feel nice.
We had one side get wet for some reason. I think the only thing that saved that other one was the visqueen on top.
Yeah.
So note to self, always put visqueen on top of the tarp.
For real.
But they've been having a lot of driveway issues, and this actually works out pretty good to build little dam walls, retention walls, I think it's called, something like that. So he's got a whole nother wall sitting here. But this is going to work out good. We'll put both pallets on there. I'll put the first one on there and then slide it all the way towards the front, and then put the second one on there. And what that'll do, I'll back that right into that little storage thing where Mike and them had their shed, which would be my new shop. That'll keep it out of the weather, so it doesn't end up like that. And then when I'm ready, I can hook it to the truck and just back up to where I'm ready to start doing the dry pour stuff, and then just kind of unbag it off the trailer instead of carrying them everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Anyways.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan right there.
That's my opinion. That's my theory. All right, let's see if Uber can lift this up. That's a lot of weight, and she ain't got nothing on her rear end right now. We'll find out. And we're on an incline, so there's that.
It made it very interesting unloading those bunks. I'm telling you what.
I bet I'll be fixing Uber's bucket here soon. And when I do, I'll be putting the backhoe back on.
The thing that made it really interesting, the first load, he had it all set up to where I could unload it from that side. But then again, it's you. I mean, hey. that tire is lifting. It has barely any traction. Getting a little bit more traction now. Yeah, we're good right there. Woo, doggy! You were doing some 3-wheeling slash, 2-wheeling there for a second.
I felt it. It's on such an incline right there. That's why I was slowly shifting over to get everything square. I wanted it to be as center as I could on this trailer.
You did a perfect job, man.
This trailer is yeah, it's at she's at her capacity for sure. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's put the gate back on here. I'll go ahead and put the bucket on the forks, and I'll move over here or something out of the way until I come back to load it up.
To bring Uber back to you, but Biggie, she was doing great all the way here until, I hit my driveway.
Yeah.
And going up that hill. I was all, I don't know if we're gonna make it.
That driveway is pretty steep.
Now, I gotta take her into the shop. Woo-hoo. He ain't even gonna let me help him. He said nope. I'm tired. Woo. You barely got it. Ticket. And she's gone.
I deal with it when we load it. I just wanted this out of y'all's way.
Well, good job, buddy. As you can tell, the road's not exactly the same way or same level as what you did, but I appreciate you more than anything. Your back dragging, I don't understand it, bro, at all, because I'll let it float. And then the floating wasn't working, so then I'll sit there and I'll play with it and get it to where it's like actually picking it up, and then I try to float it, and I went over it like 20 times and I couldn't even get close to where you were. There was a little.
It's tricky, especially with a bent bucket.
Well,
that adds a whole nother layer.
You still got it all done with a bent. I'm just saying.
Well, let's see here. Uber's got 508 hours on it, and I would say that I've put at least 400 of that on it myself, so got some hours in on it. Cool. In a couple of years. I mean, Sims has got 300 and something on it, and it's like 20 years old, so there's that. And he got it with like 300 of those hours on there, and I think he's got like 340 now. I think Grandma Carolyn put most of those on there, and her ex. So Blue's gonna be new for a while, for sure. But Uber's gonna get used, that's for sure. All right, guys, let's get this concrete to the mountain. Come on. Just like predicted, having a hard time at sinking and trying to kick back. That jack's probably gonna break, so I'm gonna have to be very careful here. Whew. Thank goodness that BMW has that feature where I can pull the pins. I don't think that jack would have lifted it much more. All right, guys, we got it here. Took some doing. Next time I hook the truck to it, it will be to start pouring it. Before it rains, I'm going to come down here and just put another tarp over it just so mist don't get in here when it's raining. But this is where it's staying until I use it for the dry pour here. Excited about it. Never done it before, something new. I always like to try new things. But this video has kind of been all over the place, guys. Mother Nature always keeping me changing and trying to keep everything going. But there's always something to do if you look for it. All right, guys, love every single one of you. Until we see each other again, come on, let's go on another adventure.
Thank you.